In the tunnel.
In the tunnel.
In the tunnel. You're listening to In the Tunnel.
Hello and welcome to In the Tunnel, episode number 37. We took a little bit longer of a break than I guess both of us expected, but we're back.
Grad school projects, man. They just kept coming at me this semester. Finally, semester is over, and I was hoping that I'd have a few weeks in between semesters. Well, good news, I have a week. So, hopefully we'll get the next episode to you sooner. I'm not making any promises at this point, but we'll try.
Yeah, for me it was work, but
Yeah.
that's not going away anytime soon.
Yeah, nope. Nothing like remembering how many years left of that we have.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I thought about it the other day. It's like we've only been in work life for like 3 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And we're still in our 20s, and think about how likely we're not retiring. Well, if you're in my position financially, with the way that I've started until age 60s, that's a long way to go. Especially down here in the South where the pay just is crap.
Yeah, I mean, I don't it's definitely in the upper 50s and into the 60s for any of us, most likely. So
Not sitting at like half the 60s. So, I mean, you're talking about age to retire.
yeah.
I thought you were talking like tens of thousands of dollars.
No.
I need a nap.
Well, you can get one after this episode, but
we'll see.
Too bad we're doing an episode right now, so we're going to jump straight into it and talk the NHL playoffs. All right, so I guess let's just kick it off. Columbus won 4-0 against the Lightning. So rip everybody's playoff brackets. We're not sorry because ours suck too.
The wheel. And the wheel. The wheel deserves to die. Not really, but kind of, sort of.
Yeah. I mean, the wheel decided to do favorites a little bit this time, and it failed.
Yeah, well, who were the two idiots that made the probabilities for that wheel? That thing. Wow, did we get that shit wrong? Woo!
Anyway, so rip everybody's playoff bracket. I think there's like 0 people who could win if they entered the first time.
Yeah, it's very much like March Madness, except not, Sean.
Aside from that, sorry to say sorry for Jeremy, but the Islanders swept the Penguins, but
no one feels bad.
That gets glossed over because of the Columbus sweep of the Lightning, so I guess you have a little bit of reprieve.
I mean, technically, we were not the first team to lose.
You were not the first team to lose out of the playoffs. You are correct.
Yes, because Tampa lost with like 12, 13 minutes left in the...
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Game 4. Which, I mean, to tell you the truth, honestly, by game 3, I was like, because I knew going into game 3, if they lost game 3, game 4, with how unusual a reverse sweep is, that game 4 is basically a funeral for the season, which is just like, I mean, the odds are so stacked against coming back that coincidentally enough, I was so out of it by game 4 that, I mean, I did a group text to my kickball team and completely forgot about that game 4 happening that night. And I initiated with the team to get together and to have like a practice. And it wasn't until like the plans were made and I was like, oh right, there's a Penguins game tomorrow night. And I ended up missing like the first period. My dad texted me, it was like, Gensel scored 35 seconds in. And then like I got a text 14 minutes later and it was tied.
Oh, okay.
And then I turned on the radio as I go in the car. I was like, well, I got nothing to lose by listening. And as soon as I turned on the radio, Eberle, or not Eberle, but someone else on the Islanders goes, okay, same pattern. But they did not play defense at all in that series, and the team that won back-to-back cups is not the same roster as it is now. I understand that, but at the time it was like I thought there was enough leadership, there was enough know-how to get it done to still make a run. And the fact of the matter is, they're just not playing the way that was successful for them in those years.
I mean,
but they don't. I mean, some players that's not their forte. But to not play to their strengths is just you can't win like that. And they certainly weren't stopping the Islanders from playing their game.
You had Sid and Malkin were very low on points for a playoff series.
Yeah.
And you can't have that. They are the leaders, right? I mean, I'm not saying they have to score all your points, but they need to be in there.
There was years where they've made deeper runs where one of them was kind of had it going and the other one was flat.
Yeah,
and
but that's
been years
fine.
Where they both kind of produced at not a superstar rate, but a normal productive player's rate.
When both superstars are not producing even at some normalcy, there's a problem.
They couldn't hold on to the puck. Nobody on the Penguins, and I get that Nassau Coliseum, it's a bit of an older stadium. The ice may not be great there because they weren't expecting on playing hockey in that building this year. But they came home, they still couldn't pass the puck to each other, and without it hopping off their blades, and then the Islanders. And honestly, I'm getting really tired of the Harlem Globetrotter style hockey that the Penguins do. Is they get on the power play, and it's why don't you? They get in the offensive zone. Why don't we show you this little? I can pass between the legs. I can pass, behind my back. It's yeah, great. Get a fucking puck, pucks on the net, and let's generate some opportunities. I don't give a shit about this passing for 45 seconds straight. It really is pissing me off because they didn't win championships or even get to conference finals doing the shit that they do, where it's they'd rather be pretty and think that winning pretty is the answer. It doesn't win though. So I'm getting kind of sick and tired of this. Look, the quickest way from A to B is A to B. It's not A to this, to that, and that, and that, and that, and that, and then B. Just be simple, play the fundamentals, which ironically was what the Islanders were doing, and they swept them. So they deserve to win.
Yeah, I mean, so those are the only two series anyway finished on the East. Coincidentally, the 1-8 on the West, the Avalanche also won that one, but they won 4-1, and then the Blues took the Jets 4-2. So congratulations for history, where both 1 seeds overall get knocked out by WC2. Good job, guys. Huh?
Is a WC2 a tax form?
The 8 seed, anyway. The rest of the series are pretty damn close. You have one series that's, and also Canada's last hope going in. Toronto Maple Leafs are 3-3 with the Bruins, so nothing matters aside from the next game.
This is really weird. I feel like the Canadians kind of won the playoffs for Canadian teams by just not making it because they didn't have to lose a series in such a on the shorter end of games, like 4 or 5 games. They just kind of like
Yeah, you don't think
accepted defeat right at the end.
you don't think they could have replaced the Blue Jackets and swept the Lightning?
Pass. I'll take a firm pass on that one.
Yeah,
Of course not.
I mean,
Although I didn't think that the Dallas Stars would be up on the Predators right now, and they are. So
yeah,
go
I
figure
mean,
what's going. I don't understand the playoffs anymore. But that's what's great about hockey is you can literally be like, here's the Winnipeg Jets. They made the conference final last year, and then they lose to the Blues this year, and the Blues were like trash in the first part of the season. So
yep.
that's the beautiful thing about hockey is the unpredictability of it, and that's the ride that you have to go on.
Right, and the other series are all 3-2. Washington takes the lead on the Hurricanes. Vegas has the lead on the Sharks, and as Jeremy mentioned, Dallas has the lead on the Predators. But at least those have been like close series. We don't have like blowouts, like series
Yeah,
wise.
must be nice. Let me just sit here and reminisce of what that would feel like to be in a series where the team wins a game and doesn't look like absolute crap. I bet they play defense too and don't leave their goaltender out to dry.
You would think that, won't you?
I would think that, but then again, I'm a moron.
All right. Anyway, anything to say on the rest of the team?
Have fun because and I don't want the Bruins to win. I really don't.
You don't
Boston
want
already
Canada just to like lose all hope in the first round?
Look, Boston already got their championship this year. If they like win all the championships, then it's gonna like piss me off. Because hockey is really the only sport where Pittsburgh gets to like have that rivalry with the Boston team where it's like, I can root against them because it's like the Patriots have now won so many Super Bowls where it's like I don't really care anymore. They already have the 6 rings too. I mean, basketball, it's like there's no NBA team out there. I can't, there's no rivalry there. Baseball, the Red Sox have like 100 times the payroll, and they actually spend money on players. There's
Yeah,
no rivalry
I don't
there.
think you have much to talk about with how the Pirates spend their money and how the team plays.
I'll let you know when they spend money on more than Lonnie fucking Chisnall.
All right. Well, I mean, hopefully the Maple Leafs at least put up a fight as they are again the last hope.
It's a weird boat for me to be in the territory of, hoping that Canada can seal a deal for me, but here we are. And it's not the last time we'll even be talking Canada stuff tonight.
Yeah. All right. So moving on. So among things that happened while we were away was the draft lottery for the NHL, and I guess even though the other two New York teams don't make it for the first time, they go 1-2 in the lottery. So
I,
Devils
yeah,
have the first pick and the Rangers have the second pick. What do you think of that, Jeremy?
whatever makes you happy, Sean. I've known you for a long time, and
Hey,
just to see a
at least
smile
the
on your
Devils
face.
won something.
I mean, it's a win by losing, but knock yourself out. I just want to, there's not enough times in the world where I see you smile, and given that we are now not in the same room again anymore, I feel that anytime that the world can bring a smile to your face as you're on your 8-hour commute from New Jersey to New York in the morning, it's a win in my book. I'm very sure that you're gonna use it wisely.
I mean, the projected number one, and I really don't see that changing, is Jack Hughes, and he's a
Is he any
phenomenal
good?
player.
Is he
But
the next so and so?
yeah, he seems like he'll be a phenomenal player. But I mean, even down like the first 6, 7 picks, there's great players in this draft. And let's
Must be nice.
not forget to mention the Blackhawks did get the third pick. I think they jumped all the way from 12 or something like that. And
Because they almost made the playoffs.
yeah, and then the Avalanche, who did make the playoffs, get the fourth pick. They
got
had
from
the best chance to get
Senators.
the first
Another
pick.
Canadian team loses.
Yeah, because they got it from the Senators. But the Avalanche did
It was,
have the best chance to win the first pick.
Yeah, that was the Duchesne trade.
Yep.
So that one really came back to pay dividends.
Yeah, and the Kings round out the top 5. Nothing much there.
Yeah, maybe they'll get their next Kovalchuk.
Yeah, I mean, like, again, I think even though Jack Hughes is the number 1, so the Devils are most definitely picking this kid. 2 to like 6 or 7 is still amazing. Even some of the picks after that are NHL ready.
That's great. I mean, it's one of those things I pay more attention to if the team I followed wasn't trading away first rounders every year.
Yeah, but the team you follow is making the playoffs every year.
So that justifies not having a first round pick every year.
No, but I mean, you guys almost three-peated, right?
Lost in the second round.
Close enough.
Sure, Sean. 2.5 Pete.
All right.
Why
Anyway,
3 Pete when you can 2.5 Pete?
I didn't say that one.
Yes, you did.
Nope.
You definitely implied it.
Nope. Anyway, let's go, I guess, to basketball.
Sure.
All right. So here are the playoffs. None of the series have, or wait, one of the series have finished.
Yes.
Okay.
That happened today.
Okay. So aside from that, we've both agreed to be Nets fans, right?
Yeah.
It's not looking so good for them, but I mean,
more for nostalgic reasons than anything. But
yeah, it's not looking so good though. But hey, they won a game.
No,
That's
I'm
more
enjoying
than
it.
you could
I'm
expect.
enjoying it. They have a player that's literally like trying to fight Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, so I'm enjoying the ride. It's a team that wasn't supposed to be there either.
Yeah, so I mean, it's pretty good. So the only series to finish is the Celtics one, right? The 4-5, which is kind of surprising.
No, it's not really surprising.
You expect a game to go the other way at least. The 4-5. It's supposed to be close, than the rest of them.
I think the Pacers had like the lead in every game at halftime.
Yep, probably.
And they still lost.
Yep, probably.
But no, it's because the Oladipo thing. The Pacers started out so good with Oladipo in there, and then he got hurt in January, and you start to teeter a little bit, and then you balance out at the end, but you get a matchup against a team that's like finally healthy.
Yeah, that's good. Any of these other scores or series surprise you so far?
The Rockets Jazz series doesn't really surprise me, just because the Rockets being in the 4th spot is like the prize only in itself. Because I mean, who would have thought that a team that you hear about nonstop is actually only the 4 seed? That being said, this Denver San Antonio thing's got me surprised that it's as close as it is.
Yeah, I would agree with that one.
I think that the tempos of play are much different. I think Denver is probably a quicker paced team than San Antonio, but yes, San Antonio just has won. I think Denver tied up the series last night, but for San Antonio to have the lead in it early on was definitely a little surprising. And actually, the net series, the fact that they took game one was good enough. Like I said, they
Yeah.
probably shouldn't have been in the playoffs this year. But um, I don't know. For me,
Do
I
you think
think
it's surprising
they
that the
don't.
Clippers took a game?
Um, yes and no, because it's not the Warriors team that only lost like 9 games in the season. But at the same time, it does surprise me that they gave up like a 31 point comeback, which is how the Clippers won that game.
Yeah, that's why I
So
brought it up.
I don't know. I think that the way that talent work in today's NBA is every team has the athleticism on their roster to get it done, but talent and durability of that talent. In other words, consistency is the main, outlier. And I don't, I didn't see that kind of consistency coming, I guess.
True, true. Otherwise, I'm not really that surprised. Like,
I was more surprised that the Magic took a game.
fair enough. I mean, it looks like they're gonna lose tonight's game because it's still going on as we are recording.
Well, what's the score?
It's like, um, 94-75.
Yeah,
6.5 minutes left.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah. Uh, otherwise, like again, I'm happy that the Nets won a game. I was surprised that it was the first game. And like a couple of the games have been fairly decent. It's not like they've been completely blown out by like 25, 30 points all the games that they lost.
No, and last game was decided in the last 10 seconds, so
Yeah.
on some bad refereeing.
Eh.
I mean, it was a foul that was not called.
Yeah. I mean, but like one foul shouldn't change the entire dynamic of the game for you. There's still other things you could have done better or differently to win that game.
I guess it comes down to timing, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. But I mean, I still think that you have to look at the whole game and say, hey, we could have done this and that would have gotten us our 2 points or changed the dynamic of the game in this way
Hmm. Maybe a pregame nap.
too. You look and sound like you need it, dude.
I woke up way too many times this night.
Oh, fun.
Yep.
So anyway, predictions for like later, or who do you think's gonna win the NBA playoff?
I think it's the Bucks to lose in the East. Not just because they're the one seed. I just think that they have the better roster.
Okay.
I
And
think if Denver can win this series, I think that I like Denver as an upset pick to go pretty far, at least to the conference finals. But I just reality's telling me that won't happen.
fair enough. And I should have done this on the last slide, but what about with the upsets that have happened in the NHL? What do you think for the finals at this point?
Canada sucks. Hockey, yeah. Let's see.
Well, there goes all of our Canadian viewers.
Yeah, I'm sure there's like one. I'd say that it's definitely not the Blue Jackets in the final.
All right. Do you think the Avalanche or the Blue Jackets can get another round win?
I think they can get another round. I don't think that they can go much further.
But if they win round 2, they're in the semis, and that's like that's pretty damn close for being the 8th seed.
Well, I don't see them in the finals.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty damn close for being the 8th seed, though.
Yeah, but the thing is now in today's NHL, there's no such thing as an 8 seed.
Yeah. True,
Plus,
true.
pro sport upsets don't really surprise me because they were still, pros. There's a cutoff level to
Okay.
those who do and don't make it, and caliber wise, except for in lopsided years of either the NHL or NBA, everybody has a chance.
Fair enough.
So I mean, I can see, like, I don't see Dallas going past the second round. I think if Dallas wins their matchup against Nashville, that one, I think Dallas stops there. St. Louis, which makes it weirder because St. Louis, I also don't know that I would, in my right mind, see them going further. Because it's just, you never know when the inconsistency starts to sink in for them.
Okay.
Because historically, that's what happens. I think Vegas probably takes out the Avalanche. I think whoever is playing Columbus, whether it be Boston or Toronto, takes them out.
Okay.
I feel like the Islanders probably have another series in them, though.
Yeah, I think the Islanders will take. I mean, the winner of the Washington series isn't even defined yet, because they've been like the Hurricanes have been blown out, yet they've won twice. Like, what the heck?
Yeah.
So but I do think the Islanders have
It's a hard one to gauge, but it all comes down to who wins the series
gas in the
overall.
next series. So I mean, we're looking at probably at a pretty nice playoffs.
Yeah. I'm up for seeing how it goes. I've actually still been watching playoff hockey, which is interesting given that the team I root for is now out, but it's still fun to watch.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. All right.
It is.
So, you want to bring us into our next segment?
Sure. So when we were in Pittsburgh, we did the first segment of the stupid stuff you can buy in your town. So we did Pittsburgh while we were there. And now, per Sean's suggestion, we have decided that we were going to do Toronto just to do a playoff team, which ironically I think we decided while one of the Maple Leafs games were on, and I think we didn't really talk about how the inspiration came to be, but I think we both were watching it, and it was just kind of like, because I was thinking Toronto too, and we just kind of it was the first one to say it.
Yeah, I figured it would be fun to do a playoff team, especially because they're in the playoffs in both NBA and NHL for now.
No. Yeah.
All right, so why don't you get the ball rolling?
All right, so this is Toronto made it harder for me than Pittsburgh did because Toronto is in any Canadian city, province, whatever, can make it harder for you because hockey is so popular there that you can't just pull out this fictional hockey jersey from a movie thing. It was up there it makes sense to do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a factory of hockey talent. So you can't really do that. In NFL and NBA stuff, it's all Hall of Famers or current All Stars or Raptors players. It made sense. So it took a lot of scrolling through, and the talent pool for stupid stuff may not be as strong as the last segment, but here we go. Someone is selling a lot of 25 size small balance bracelets with the Maple Leafs logo on it. So you can get 25 bracelets for $38.
This is Canadian.
Yeah, well, I mean, so I don't know what you're going to do with 30 or 25 size small bracelets, but I'm guessing this is the surplus or the unsellable or unsellable merchandise that was left over from some store because they're all a size small. I'm guessing the medium, larges, and whatever were gone. And this dude was like, "Well, gotta make room for stock is stock." And so yeah. But also, I don't really understand why you need a bounce bracelet with the Maple Leafs logo on it.
Good
Seems to me
question.
that if there was a team that was the least balanced in terms of consistency, it's probably the Maple Leafs. At least for hockey, from going from such lows to highs to missing. Actually, the Oilers would probably be better to represent this example.
Yeah.
Or the Flames, now that you think about it, because the Flames kind of have been like way down, then pop up, and then way down again. Canadians, pretty much any team but the Maple Leafs. This would be a great idea, I guess.
All right.
I'm backtracking, but speaking of tracking, how about an $80 tracksuit that's again Maple Leafs
That
themed, and it splits your body into two different colors because you look so fresh and fly when you can't decide which color to wear, and you look like the. I mean, it just shows how indecisive you can be, I guess.
I would not
Honestly,
I would not want to wear that thing running.
honestly, I'm okay with the jacket because if it's a zip jacket, that's kind of okay.
Yeah.
But once you get to the pants,
Uh-uh.
when your pants are two different colors, that's not a fashion statement. That's a cry for help. Like this person needs someone to tell him. Like that person who's modeling it probably needs someone to tie his shoes. Because like you gotta just pick a color when it comes to pants. You can't go two colors. And also the amount of words on each sleeve of those pants is just
I mean, also the like the way you split the colors, like going two colors is not bad. It's just that you split it directly down the middle straight.
it's if you split it vertically instead of horizontally.
No, like
That
if you did like a diagonal.
I mean, I think vertically where it's like slash, from the chest down would be better than horizontally. Um,
Yeah, but I would not be caught running in those pants.
yeah, I mean, it's not a good look, and for $80, I can see why it's on the market. Because someone would have to lower that price significantly. Um, yeah, it's not great. It kind of looks like when you see the football jersey where someone's like they split it between the home and the away jersey down the middle. It looks like that, but in a
Yeah, like
sweater.
every year in London.
Yeah, I mean, in London it makes sense, but if it's your local team, no. Because in London you fetch attention with that because it's like, oh, there's a story there.
Yeah.
It's like this guy watches the NFL. I wonder why. But this is a little. All right, moving on to your 25 Canadian dollar Brady Quinn jersey from the Browns. I actually
Why?
didn't think that. I thought that Brady Quinn was going to have a better career than he did. I didn't think he was given a lot of, enough of a chance in the NFL. That being said, I don't know why there's a Brady Quinn jersey in Canada. It doesn't really make. I mean, it would
Why?
make more sense to have a Manziel CFL jersey than it would a Brady Quinn Browns jersey.
Yeah,
But
I just
this is
looked
the
at that
world we live in.
and I was like, what the heck?
This is the world we live in. Brady Quinn,
All right, well, hey,
$25.
I mean, he had a fan because I mean, this guy's selling it, so he's no longer a fan.
Yeah. Well, no, he'll have two fans if someone buys it, though.
Well, had one and gained one, right? So,
Well, I mean, you could still be a fan, but you just have to clean out some space in the closet.
all right. So moving on to the next three.
Yeah, no, it's the next two, but the last one it was so like I
Oh,
don't understand it that I had to put up both the front and back of it. So
okay.
the knee saver, which I'm guessing is some kind of knee pad.
Yeah. If
If
you're
you look,
selling it on Facebook Marketplace, I doubt it saved your knees.
well, I mean it's right there in the name, Sean. But that's not the point. The point is, if you look closely at it, this stuff looks like it's been sitting in a garage for like 25 years. I mean, it's like crinkly fabric. It looks crusty and full of dirt,
it,
which, like as you said, this is definitely used knee pads or something.
it
Um,
it's not gonna save your knees today.
you know, it was made probably great marketing plan back in the '80s, but for the I don't understand why someone's selling this for $13 now. That seems like this is like a get rid of it for free or throw it in the trash thing. So
Yep.
yeah, save your knees when you're falling down on them because yeah, the flames lost.
All right.
I don't know. I'm not making great jokes tonight, but we'll power through here.
All right. Last one.
Yeah, so for the CFLs, not a Johnny Manziel jersey, but and you'll understand why I have this on here because this was one of the few times that there was a jersey up on Toronto's Facebook Marketplace. Well, I have no idea who this is. I have no idea who Moss is, MAAS, but okay, we have someone who left a comment saying us where Canada is. That's fun. Um, so yeah, got it. No, but this is a CFL jersey that I mean, $32 for. I I feel like this was a custom jersey.
No, it's actual person.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, there goes my guess.
CFL All Star in 2001. It looks like. So
Oh well.
he did play for the Tiger Cats.
Ooh, very fan. Wait, in 2001?
Mm, I don't know when, but he did.
No. Well, when was he an All Star?
Well, he was an All Star in 2001.
Okay, so this is a long time to wait for the selling point. Like it's not a peak value.
Yeah, I mean, it shows in the price though. It's been listed for over a week, and you're in Toronto. Like that's a pretty hopping place.
Yeah, I can understand that. Sorry, I'm yeah. I just don't understand. It was 17, 18 years since this guy was a All Star
He played for
in
the
his own
Tiger
league.
Cats in 2006, 2007.
Okay, so that makes having the jersey all the more questionable. 5 years separated from his peak. Um, yeah, yeah. Okay, that's that one. So yeah, that's pretty much where we are. Excuse me for a minute while I.
You do what now?
I was trying to kick someone out of this chat on the Twitch stream.
All right. Anyway, like anything else you want to touch out while we're here?
Not really. I think that's all I really have to say on that.
All right. I mean, so those are some pretty cool things that or weird things that came out, like a knee saver. Like again,
Hmm.
don't recommend. It probably ain't saving your knees. Uh, go buy some 2019 knee pads, please.
Yeah, yeah. especially if you're from Alabama with a banjo on your dick.
Yeah, anyway, so sorry we got to this one late. Thanks for tuning in, and next week we'll definitely try to hit out another episode later this week.
Yep, sounds good.